Tune in to Mascott and Company, Mascott.
Mascot and Company.
Mom and Dad. Dad and Mom. No. Mom and Dad. So do what Mom does and do what Dad does. My tire went up, down, street. Did you ever see the noise in Gadget Machine down by the bay? Down by the bay.
And welcome back. Wow, we had to turn the volume up on that. Either I edited it with low volume or it's really far away from the camera.
Well, that show was done really far away from Toronto, so...
That's what it was. It was like Timmins or something like that?
No, Etobicoke.
Yeah. So the sound would be a little bit
Like-
further away.
Yeah.
Hazel!
I had to yell, yeah.
And just so the audience knows, we're here with Len Graf and Jenna Earle.
My
And,
niece.
That's nice. Your niece. Niece is nice.
Not my knees, my niece.
No, Tony's. Your
He's my
niece.
uncle. That might clarify things.
That
a little
does.
bit.
That does. But Lenny's
Might
not really
explain a lot.
prone to be clear.
No.
No.
I'm used to reading between the lines.
He's a rather
but-
pugnacious fellow.
I think that's a compliment.
I refer to you as a show-off.
Oh yeah, okay.
And I
that-
really do mean that.
that is
in
definitely
the-
a
in the
compliment.
best way possible. Some people who out there in the viewing audience are wondering if they should call Mark E. Solomon or is it one of those legal fellows. I've seen you, and you're on there saying it's going to be all right. It's the most serious.
Oh, you're talking about the commercial?
It is. It's the most serious. I've never actually seen you serious. Yet in that commercial,
It was as close to being serious as possible. But, yeah.
somebody died, right?
No, I think someone was injured.
Oh, okay.
And that would be...
But they needed a lawyer.
Yeah, it was a commercial done in 2006, late 2006, called Project Legal. And it was something that I did as part of my many stints with the acting world.
Well, and frankly, it's a sort of a blur between Marquis Solomon and this Sokolov, these two lawyers that are 1-800-LAW, and you're part of those commercials, and yet I know you from Bebop and Bubblegum.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
That Ish and Lenny, way back in the day when you were baby clowning, you were wearing your pull-ups and your nose was smaller. And
I'm a big kid now.
that's it.
I don't think I was born then. Because
No.
I don't remember any of this.
No, that was about 17 years ago. She wasn't born
I
yet.
was born.
Do you have memories of being afraid of an uncle?
That might explain some things, actually.
But your roots are awesome, Len. Your dad was the music producer for the Tommy Hunter show, so you've been classically raised.
And he's now the co-director of the Kings of Swing show, Galaxy All-Star Orchestra.
And that they're touring with the Kings of Comedy.
They might be sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's still working.
Oh, yes, at the age of 87. still going strong. He's running around like a 70-year-old, really.
My, good for him. Now that's, of course, he's setting a particular
The
pattern
bar
for
is
you. That's
way
right.
up there, you know.
Your work ethic has to be.
Well,
that
my
high.
pension only lasts until I'm 110, and then I have to go back to work after that.
Oh, okay. So you're going to go back to clowning.
Well, I haven't done that in many, many years.
That's right.
But,
You do some very jazzy swing. Although you still have a big kid audience. That's what I've noticed. Is that
from 0 to 92. Yeah,
Yes.
the swing band known as the Platinum Swing Orchestra in Toronto has a big following. We're going to be playing at the Arts and Letters Club. We'll be at Scarborough Civic Centre. Probably will be repeating our stint at Mel Lastman Square, which got rained out last summer. And it's a lot of fun to do all kinds of different types of music that I do, including classical flute with a harpist or Dixieland band. Perhaps even hired to actually sing like a Michael Bublé type number for a convention that's coming up for a whole bunch of accountants. It's a real mosaic. What I enjoy most probably is doing my family show. I play a lot of different songs in that show.
you play a compact show, I notice even you've shrunk down your guitar somewhat.
This is actually a mando uke. It's part. It has the 3 strings of
Mando
a
uke.
ukulele, but it
They're
has the
crossbreeding everything these
shape
days,
of a
eh?
mandolin, a magic mandolin.
Oh, that's cool.
Gonna steal that one.
Yeah, can you play that
It's
backwards?
impossible. It's impossible to fit a buffalo in your nose. It's impossible to drive a tractor through a hose. It's impossible to eat a house in 1 second. It's impossible to play baseball with a chicken. I met your brother. It's impossible.
Is it?
Yeah. Well,
But you've made it possible. Now, some of your videos still, the little kids in the audience, who are probably adolescent or teenagers now, would remember you from YTV as well.
Sometimes people will say, "Hey, aren't you the guy on YTV?" And or they might say, "Aren't you the guy on the H2O mop commercial?" Or "Aren't you the guy on Answer Your Pants?" Or the Len Graf videos. And one little girl actually asked me. She said, "How did you get to be Lenny Graf?" I said, "Well, going back 30 some odd years ago." There's been a lot of, as Jenna
Do you
said,
know the story, or are you just taking your parents' word on it?
a little bit of both.